Hello, beautiful people. I hope everyone is doing great. Welcome to the Work Harder podcast, and I hope you learned something from this episode. So, today we will going to talk about the stories which have motivated us and inspired us. So there are lots of stories which has inspired me, and throughout the history these stories has been inspiring or motivating the lives of many others. Since the beginning of the time, stories has been told and they has become the resource or the part of the culture of every country to motivate, to inspire their next generation for a better future. So today I will share with you few inspiring people who struggled in their childhood but become an amazing and great person after they fight back and they motivate themselves. And I really hope that these stories inspire you and give you motivation and give you positive hope. So first we will talk about the John Paul, and he was from the United States of America. John Paul and his brother spent 4.5 years of their childhood in a foster home because their ill mother couldn't work and take care of them at the same time. They both end up in a kids' street gang in East Los Angeles, and a high school teacher predicted John Paul would never amount to anything. When John Paul was in his 20s and he and his infant son were living in a car, and John Paul was collecting bottles to survive, it seemed the prediction had come true, but John Paul was determined to make something of his life. After being fired 3 times in a row, John Paul partnered with Paul Mitchell, and with just $700, they started their own hair product company. And John Paul Mitchell Systems would go on to earn revenues in excess of 1 billion a year. So, guys, everyone faced the rock bottom. Everyone have different kind of difficulties, and mm, almost no one have had their perfect childhood. So first we have to be determined, and we have to move forward, push forward, and we have to be always positive and always know what our goals are. Even we are hitting rock bottoms, even the surroundings are knocking us down again and again, but we have to we always have to stay strong in our mind and in our heart. So guys, we will move forward to the next story. In this story we will see that the person had everything, but the downfall suddenly came onto his life due to the wrong choices he made. So this person we are talking about is Mastin Kip from the United States of America. Mastin Kip had the world at his feet as one of the youngest junior executives in Los Angeles music industries. But an escalating drug and alcohol habit eventually led to the greatest shock of his life. Marston was fired after losing everything materially but gaining in wisdom. Marston set about reinventing himself and has since has big since become an inspirational blogger and writer through his rapidly growing website, email, and Twitter account, The Daily Love. So here we see that mm, we if person had everything, but it could also face the, the knocking down or due to the bad choices, but if the person still keep determined, keep thinking positive, and do continuous work with positive attitude, he will become successful. So now we will move towards our third story. So now we'll talk about the Paul Orphelia from the United States of America. Paul Orphelia struggled through his school years with severe dyslexia and ADHD. Though essentially unable to read, Paul held the ambition to build a company bigger than IBM. To overcome his literacy challenges, Paul developed a keen sense of observation, and while standing in a line one day, this skill enabled Paul to see a need for cheap printing and photocopying. From that one idea, Kinko's were born, which eventually grew into billion-dollar photocopying company. So, guys, here we learn a lesson that even if you have some kind of illness, physically, mentally, or psychologically, yeah, there will be another way to become successful, to fulfill your goals and dreams. Just you haven't find that way yet. So you all you have to do is still keep trying, be determined. Like I said, like third time I'm saying it, determination is very important, because if you're not determined, you start feeling lazy, you start having a negative thoughts, and you start degrading yourself, you start lowering your self-esteem, and start having your low self-confidence. So determination is very important. So, guys, remember this: no matter where you are in your life, no matter what age you are, it is never too late. Follow your dream and your goals. So, actually, no one is born perfect. No one have a perfect life, or any any environment or education or feeling behavior. Nothing is perfect in the life. Okay, if there were a perfect, there wouldn't have anything to strive for. You wouldn't have the urge to create something in your life or with your life. Or if everything was perfect, you wouldn't have any dream at all, or you will be living in whatever circumstances you were given or you were born into, or whatever family or culture you were in, or the education you were having. You wouldn't be thinking of improvement, or you wouldn't be curious if everything was perfect. So if there is nothing perfect is going on in your life, so guys, this is normal. First of all, don't think too much. Okay, second, don't think negative, always think positive and find inspiration. Be determined to achieve your goals. if uh, if you have some kind of physical issue, mental issue, or you can say environmental problem, or you couldn't get education, or you couldn't get internship, or you couldn't travel. So it doesn't mean that this is the end. There could be another way, but that way you haven't found it yet. Okay, so you just have to find that way which is made just for you. um Everyone has their own story, has their own experience, and has their own wisdom. If we hear the stories of from the others about their success, about their loss, it doesn't mean we have to follow their stories, their footsteps. It means we only get to get some inspiration, motivation, or the wisdoms or the possibilities of solution which we could find from it, and mold it, bend it according to our need, or we could try to make our own way with the possibilities, with the stories, ideas we get from the others. So there's always a way, you just have to find it. So guys, always be positive, and I really hope that today's episode really helps you guys. So guys, work harder, and I'm pretty sure that you will definitely achieve your goals and your all dreams will be fulfilled. Thank you guys for listening, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. I really need subscriptions here, and don't forget to share and like. Okay guys, thank you. Bye bye.